All right, good evening, everyone. Oh, I'm not just Briganti. Let's get that off of here, and we'll get this off there as well. Hey, good evening, everyone. It's me. It's Eric with Weather for Weather Geeks on this Tuesday evening. A little recap of what happened today and a preview of the next several days and the month of February as well. Well, of course, this morning's snow was a disappointment for some. Some were, of course, glad that the amounts did not quite live up to expectations. Some who want snow were a little disappointed. It just sort of depends on where you were. The rip-off zone was really Mahoning County, southern Trumbull County, and northern Columbiana County. That zone, a lot of places struggled to get more than an inch worth of snow. Some other places did a little bit better. At the airport today, we did pick up officially 2.4 inches of snow since midnight, putting our month-to-date total at 13 inches right on the nose. Now for January, that's about roughly 4 or 5 inches below average. December was a snowier than average month. January in the record books now as a month featuring below average snowfall. Our high today, 36, was above the average, and yes, it did warm up enough, not only here at the ground, but up in the atmosphere a couple hundred feet at least, to support some raindrops for a lot of the midday and afternoon hours today. Also a little bit unexpected. So this storm had a few tricks up its sleeve, that is for sure. When we do a little review here of the month of January day by day, you can see there were only 2 cool spells, and the one was certainly more severe than the other. The one towards the beginning of the month, 3 straight days with highs in the teens, 6th, 7th, and 8th. This last one, we had 4 below average days in a row, cooler than average days, I should say, but only in the 20s to around 30. It's not like it was horrifically cold. This will go into the record books as the 13th warmest January on record in Youngstown, and our warmest January since 2006. So it's been 11 years since we've had a January this warm. I've been showing this a lot because it's hard to believe, but it is true. For the season, we're above average in the snow department, mostly thanks to a pretty quick start to our snow season, at least where the records are kept at the airport in November and December. January, of course, ended up being below average, but we're running a surplus of 4.7 inches of snow, and compared to last year, by the end of January, we'd only had 13 inches of snow. This year we have had around 36. We've had 3 times the amount of snow this winter than last winter. It's hard to believe, but it is true. Last winter was it was a snow desert around here. If you remember our winter forecast, we did call for the winter as a whole to have about 30%, I think I had it as 30 or 40% more snow than last winter. We'll see how February turns out, but that forecast overall not doing too bad. 2/3 of the way through meteorological winter. Here's what the radar looked like when I recorded this video at about 7:45 this evening. Some light snow in parts of Trumbull County, and it's trying to flake and drizzle and spit a little bit down through Mahoning County into parts of Columbiana County as well. Temperatures remain above freezing, so this is pretty inconsequential snow. 36 Austintown and 36 in Lisbon, 33 in Mercer here at about 7:45 this evening. Road temperatures. This will be kind of important tonight. There's a lot of moisture sitting on the ground from the rain today. Road temperatures and air temperatures will only drop some tonight. Air temperatures down to about 30. Keep an eye on these road temperatures. Right now, most of them are above freezing. A couple of these, I suspect, are old readings, like that Route 30 reading down in Columbiana County. Just over here, that seems a little too low to me. So some of these might be a few hours old or several hours old, but nonetheless, something to keep an eye on tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if certainly in your driveway and in parking lots, in less traveled areas, especially if they're untreated, could see a few icy spots overnight tonight with those temperatures dipping to about 30. So again, not much of a fall tonight. Now, as far as snow goes, tonight into tomorrow morning, this is not going to be much. We're talking about flurries, maybe a snow shower, little, if any, accumulation out of this. Temperatures tomorrow stay above freezing most of the day. Might even try to squeeze in some sunny breaks as we get into the afternoon. And then, with our Arctic cold front, there might be some stray flurries Thursday morning. And notice our temperatures Thursday morning. I think these numbers are actually a little high. I think we'll be closer to the upper teens to around 20 Thursday morning. And afternoon temperatures Thursday, not much warmer than what you see on the screen here. Probably about 23 or 24 Thursday afternoon. So this will be a 3-day cold shot, and this will be the coldest stretch of weather we've had since that shot earlier on in January. This one won't be as severe, though. We're talking highs in the 20s. Thursday, Friday, and again on Saturday, and that's despite a decent amount of sunshine Friday and Saturday. It'll be pretty ineffective sunshine. Look what happens next week, though. I've really ramped up our forecast for early next week. Right now, our 7-day forecast goes out through Tuesday, and I've put a 54 in the forecast for Tuesday, and we might be in that same neighborhood again on Wednesday before a cold front comes in and kind of gives us a reality check towards the end of next week. So that's a little preview of kind of the medium range here. I want to switch sources on you and talk about the weekend real quick as far as the sensible weather goes. I think Saturday is a pretty quiet day. In fact, a fair amount of sunshine. High pressure builds across on Saturday. Big blue H. Cold day. Stay in the 20s, but it'll be a good-looking day. Now, Sunday is a little interesting. This is Super Bowl Sunday here. Little wave of low pressure. This is what we call an open wave. You'll notice our isobars, there's no closed contours. Just kind of an open wave of low pressure pushing across. I don't think this is much to write home about as it stands now. It's only Tuesday, but looking at all the information right now, this doesn't look like a lot. I think there can be some light snow on Super Bowl Sunday, and I can't even rule out a small accumulation, but at the current time, this doesn't look like a whole lot. And then here's the big warm-up early next week with a southwest wind developing. It'll probably rain. It'll be windy. It's not going to be super great outside, aside from the temperatures. I think it will indeed rain. And then here's our cold front for the middle of next week. Looks like a pretty strong front with snow showers and gusty winds. This is next Thursday, the 9th day of February. All right, longer range. Twice a week, the European modeling comes out that takes us out 46 days with 7-day chunks shown here. This is always interesting to look at, even though it is just one of many models. Now, as you may know, the European modeling in general is superior to the U.S. modeling. Not to say it gets it right all the time, and sometimes the U.S. modeling has a better idea. But that said, boy, does this have a blowtorch in February. Look at this is week 3 here, days 14 through the 20, day 14 through day 21, which is roughly right around the middle of February. A lot of orange on the map here, and it just doesn't look very good for a cold February. Here's the American CFS, the Climate Forecast System model for February. Coast-to-coast warmth. Now, when you look at these, that doesn't mean every day is going to be warm. It just means when you average out the month, it'll be a warmer than average February, it looks like, according to the modeling. And the official government forecast here, coming out of NOAA, the National Weather Service, calls for a likely above-average month in a lot of places across the lower 48 states. If you may remember, our forecast that I put out about a week ago, maybe, or maybe it was earlier on this week. It's been a busy week already. I've forgotten which day it was. I was hedging my bets a little bit. I called for a close to average month temperature-wise, but I'll tell you, I think things are showing their hand here as we are ready to kick off the month here in just a few hours. I think ultimately this is going to be a warmer than average February, making it 2 out of 3 meteorological winter months that will be warmer than average this year, December being, of course, the exception. That's the way it looks right now. Thanks for watching tonight's Weather for Weather Geeks, as always, and I'll see you tonight on 21 News at 11. I wish you